I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, 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 bee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do.
Happy
Whoa,
Wednesday.
who's
We're
this
back.
guy?
Let's go. NHL puck props from covers presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo. Good morning to the pumpers live in the chat and anybody else watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Do all that today. The plan, we will try to go over all 15 games. It's a giant slate today. Let's not kill ourselves.
Stupid.
Best plays, best leans, everything will be there. I will pin and highlight the plays down in the comments of YouTube. Look for there. In exchange, engage. That's what we ask.
Engage,
Do all that. Let us know what you're betting on in this giant slate. There's so many things going to be missed in this show because there's just too many things. And you got the skates in the morning. But obviously, I wanted to talk to you about it. You played in these Wednesday before Thanksgiving days. I know you're Canadian, but played basically a lot of your career in the American market. This is a big day. This is the second biggest holiday in America. What is the mail-in factor for today's games for NHL players?
I don't think it's a mail-in. I think it's actually an exciting game to play because it's one of the best nights of the year to go out, right? Because everything's closed tomorrow. You play the game tonight. You go out for dinners, pops, afterwards, drinks, stay into the early hours of the morning. You sleep in till lunchtime the next day. You dive into some sort of family gathering or gathering with your teammates for Thanksgiving dinner, and you sit and lounge and watch football all day. It's one of the best times of the year to play. By the way, welcome back, Josh.
Without
because
a mustache?
Jim was terrible last week.
Jim Mustache Jim?
Jim Mustache Jim, yes.
We hit one tie Friday, by the way. So late when people were probably already.
Well, Josh is back. Josh is back.
Chromeostasis says, I'm a pumper. What's an American? Oh, love to see the support in the chat. So interesting, because I did think that it would be a mail-in day. I thought we'd be talking about what you say sometimes. Hey, ref, here's 5. Why don't you just run the clock? But
that's when you've got a all-star break ahead of you, right?
Okay, not just 1 day.
No. Well, I mean, 1 day. They have almost everybody had the day off yesterday. 1 game yesterday, 15 today, 0 tomorrow, another 13 on Friday. Like,
enjoy
13
this
on
one.
Friday might be a tough one because it'll be the tryptophan games.
Oh, geez. 13 game. I got to look at a 13 game slate on the Friday. Oh, Lord. Let's get to the plays here. We start off as we always do. Toronto at Columbus. Columbus minus 125. Home favorites over under sitting at 6.5. We're going Columbus to win the first period plus 160.
Ooh.
The Leafs, 0 regulation wins in their last 8 games. We know things are bad in Leafland. Matthews, Nyes are possible. We'll have to wait to see what that skate is. Carlo Waugh, Tanev, Stolars out. McCabe back. Columbus might be without Marchenko again. We saw Chinnikov jump up to that top line. Didn't do too much. The Leafs allowed the first goal in 14 of 22 games, the second most in hockey, and 24 goals allowed in the first period, which is the most in hockey. This is a team that even in their wins have looked like a bad hockey team and have had to come back. Easton Cowan is on the top line and power play 1 for now, but we might see bodies back in the skate, so hard to pull the trigger.
Yeah, you gotta follow along. You gotta wait till at least lunchtime to see what lineups the Leafs are going to throw out.
Tryptophan is an all-time scam from Andy Francis there in the chat. Nobody brings up being tired after a turkey sandwich on March 13th.
What's March 13th?
I don't know, the day after my son's birthday and 2 days after my birthday. No, I don't know. No one brings that up after
my son's birthday.
He says tryptophan is a scam. I think he's trying to have a bit about, we talk about tryptophan, but it's nothing. I think it's just eating 4,000 calories in one sitting as opposed to.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think it could be a scam. I mean, it could just be all the carb load.
A generic day that isn't Thanksgiving. Good to see you in the chat. Now, here's my issue with Toronto. We know they stink. That's fine. Columbus has their number. Adam Fantilli is a hot name versus his team, and that market's kind of gotten away with his point, kind of off it. But Toronto sits in the spot where they're last in the East. They probably won't finish there, but let's be honest. Worst case scenario for the Leafs this year is not getting a top 5 pick and missing the playoffs and sending that pick to Boston. If they tank and get a top 5 pick, then they get their next year's pick back. Where do you go as an organization with this? Because you can't sell, but if you're just bad enough or good enough, then you screw yourself.
Well, I can almost guarantee you that management after 22 games is not in the business of selling off the season. So look, I think if it gets to a point where we approach the trade deadline and the Maple Leafs are a bunch of points out of a playoff spot, I think there is got to be a shift in focus where maybe this is the time to recoup a lot of the assets that you've given up in previous years and try to do a short retool with your group where now you're stockpiling, you're changing a little bit of the look of some of the players that you brought in, and you use this offseason to try to reshape your lineup with a lot of your big players still intact. Look, sometimes, a season and success is completely out of your control. If it gets derailed through injuries, what are you going to do? It happened to the New Jersey Devils last year. New Jersey Devils had high expectations coming into this season. I think most people pegged them as a Stanley Cup favorite with Sheldon Keefe coming in. Their season got derailed because of injuries.
Derailed again this year, right?
But again, they've banked a lot of points early on in the season to try to at least tread water here. The Leafs, Pittsburgh's another team. Like we were just talking about it on my show this morning. Have you seen who's playing on their top line?
Dewar.
Yeah, Connor Dewar. And so they're going through some injury troubles too. And the glass half full, if we want to use that in Toronto, is they've banked a lot of points early on in this season. How about the Tampa Bay Lightning? The Tampa Bay Lightning are having the most success right now without Victor Hedman into the lineup.
That's the best team in the East right now, I think.
So injuries happen. We play. Hockey is a sport right now in a league that has more parity than any other sports league that exists. And you just got to find a way. You got to trust that the guys that you're putting in the lineup are capable of getting the job done, regardless who's in.
Yeah, that's the MO of the Leafs. Yeah, get the job done. Put on your work boots and get the job done. That's not what they do, so it's okay. Yeah. If they're struggling and they're out of the playoffs come Olympic time, or maybe they're competitive. Like, do you want Austin Matthews and William Nylander to go play in the Olympics with no
whether you want them or not?
They're gone.
Not going to change their decision. They're going.
Oh, I know that, but we've already seen this team with zero depth, zero secondary scoring. Kelly Yarncroc is somehow top 6 in PP1 still.
So Austin Matthews went to 4 Nations last year, and when they came back, he had to take a week off or 2 weeks off. Like, of course, the team doesn't want that, but it's the reality of what the players want versus what they want.
We can hate watch the Leafs, who are rolling out a second line possibly today of Nick Robertson, Max Domi, and Calle Yarncroc.
Yummy.
Oh my God. Calle Yarncroc is the only guy who will be top 6 in PP1 who I won't touch for any points because
0.
He's booty cheeks. And I think he has incriminating evidence on the front office. And is the only reason why he's getting those minutes. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Let's go. Buffalo minus 125, over under sitting at 6.5. We're going Josh Doan, doubling up on the donor. Point for plus 110. Power play point plus 600.
Ooh.
Half a unit. Pittsburgh was blanked in the return from Sweden. I wish we could have hammered both Pittsburgh and both Nashville in first games coming back from Sweden because they put up absolute duds. And then they lost 3-2 in overtime versus Seattle. Rust has been working through a multi-day illness, and that's why we got Dewar and Kindle playing on the top line with Crosby. Right now, Anthony Mantha is penciled in on power play 1, I believe. But if Russ comes back, he will take that spot. So keep an eye out that. Malkin, with Malkin for a point. Sorry. Mantha for a power play point is plus 675 versus Buffalo. And Pittsburgh has the number 1 power play in hockey. So we keep an eye out on that. Buffalo coming off a Carolina win. And this is I don't know this team at all. I don't understand them. They're in the Philadelphia vein for me. Tuck, power play 2, top line, they're plus 200. Zucker, Quinn, power play 1, line 2, plus 210. They're correlated. Leaning on Doan and Tuck, who have 7 goals and 10 assists in 11 November games. I think that's the line I look at, playing on the top line with Tage Thompson. Who has a better roster right now, Buffalo or Toronto?
I think Buffalo does because they're getting guys back, right?
So do I.
I think Tuck returned. Zucker, I think, returned too, didn't he?
Yes, Zucker, Tuck. Yeah, everybody's back.
Yeah, Dahlin's back. Yeah, and they're getting great goaltending from that Colton Ellis kid.
Very great goaltending. Yeah. Yes. Buffalo's a team on the up. I like this Buffalo team a little more. Like I said, coming off that Carolina win, Pittsburgh's not a good team. I think Buffalo plus 105 doesn't entice me. Buffalo maybe like plus 115, plus 120. I'm buying, but I'd rather go point side. St. Louis, New Jersey. St. Louis plus 125. New Jersey minus 145. Over under sitting at 5.5. We're going St. Louis money line and Jimmy Snuggerud for a point at plus 140. St. Louis on the 5th straight road game. All have been 1-goal games and unders. They're playing competitively. Binnington is 2-0-2 in his last 4 games. Big part of this, hopefully Markstrom plays, because Markstrom, 878 save percentage in his last 7 games over the last 30 days, 3+ goals in 6 of those. Do you read into anything with New Jersey 8-0-1 on home ice right now?
What? I wouldn't even have known that if you didn't tell me.
They were 8-0, and then they got the overtime point, I think, in their last game.
I had no idea, but yeah, I feel that way too, because I've kind of turned my attention away from them after that Jack Hughes injury.
Yeah.
Right. But
they're very top heavy right now with Hischier, Bratt, and Timo Meier on that top line, and not much floating around on line 2. And I think Jonathan Davis is probably going to mention it too, saying that the loss of Brett Pesce, I know Dougie Hamilton's back, but the loss of Brett Pesce has been pretty bad for this New Jersey team, who over the last 30 days have a goal differential per game of -1.
Wow.
There you go. He got me. He got you. Markstrom put together a decent game last one. Montreal Blues money line first period 7-1-1 over their last 9 games. That's a hell of a run. But St. Louis, St. Louis is a funny team too, right? Like, are they in that Philly vein of like there's talent? I think it's a more talented roster than Toronto right now. Just underperforming.
I mean, anybody's a more talented roster than Toronto's right now with the guys that they're missing, right? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
So I don't think there's an argument to be made there, but yeah, they've got the good thing rolling.
Kyrou, Shen, Buchnevich, Thomas.
And they're like this is a team too that is playing
Suter
way below expectation, like underachieving massively. And it's, I guess, to get yourself out of it, you've got to focus on the small victories before you can start looking at the bigger victories. And I guess the 1-goal games that they're finding themselves in, they just feel like they're that close to being a different team.
Snuggerud top line MPP1. Hence,
okay, so this is what I want to ask you: of all the 1-goal games that and the close games that St. Louis has been in, I think they feel better about themselves potentially turning it around. What if you're Edmonton?
8-3, bro. Like, that's embarrassing.
Like,
it's 4-0 after the first, I think.
Like, I know they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot. Everybody keeps suggesting, oh, it's McDavid, Draisaitl, they'll find their way out of it. But when they lose, they lose.
They suck.
Yeah.
Right? Like even the goalie pull to Pickard, I think they still gave up another 4 goals. Usually you don't see that. Usually there's like some pushback, and that's why you pull the goalie. Like, maybe not the goalie's fault, but in Stuart Skinner's case, it usually is. I think he stopped 3 of 6, maybe 4 of 8 before he got the yank.
So
pretty sad.
So Edmonton has 25 points, and the wild card team has 27, but they have 2 games more
Yeah.
More, not in hand.
I know. We need a word instead of in hand. Out of hand.
Yeah. Out of 2 games more than the teams that they're battling for. So they're in a tough spot. They could be 6 points out.
And I think the West is a much better conference than the East.
Well, it is with top-heavy teams, but it's
Yeah.
not as deep as the Eastern Conference.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the bottom, yes, there's less parity 1 to 16.
Right.
Looking at that, I believe that like Edmonton's still like minus 300 to make the playoffs, where Toronto's plus money. And I don't see that. I see them almost even in terms of making the playoffs this year.
Well, okay, so the reason why it's like that is because Toronto's at the bottom of the East, 4 points out. Edmonton is 2 points out, 10th in the West. And you look at the teams Toronto has to climb, there's teams in there that are good teams. Edmonton has to climb San Jose, Utah, Seattle.
Yeah.
Do you still believe in any of those teams?
San Jose. I need San Jose to keep winning somehow.
And they might. I mean, look at Askarov in net.
I know.
Right? Askarov and is it Jesper Wallstedt in Minnesota?
We'll talk about Jesper Wallstedt and the Calder run that he's on. But you see those crappy teams. Anaheim has Lucas Dostal, who has been incredible. Spencer Knight is a betting favorite for the Calder, and now San Jose's finally getting
the Vezina, not the Calder.
What did I say? Sorry, yeah, for the Vezina. And then finally we get Askarov, who was, I think he was a first round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, Nashville.
Yes, and they didn't want to get rid of him, but he's starting to play to where it is, and it does take goalies some time to mature and live up to their talent, because you never see an 18-year-old goalie. Like, that will be the craziest thing I think we'll see in hockey, an 18-year-old goalie who just comes in and takes over the game, because you don't see it.
Yeah.
Defenseman? Okay, Schaefer. Nah, whatever. I want to see a goalie. 18-year-old goalie win the Vezina. Winnipeg, Washington. Winnipeg plus 135. Road Dogs minus 155. Washington at home, over under at 6. We're going Jacob Chikrin for an assist at plus 130. Big change in Winnipeg odds, obviously, now with Connor Hellebuck out. Neil Pionk's out as well. Comrie has started every game since Hellebuck's out. 887 save percentage over those 3 games. Washington sits tied for first in the NHL with 64 points from defensemen and leads the league with 19 goals from the blue line. We use our defense a lot in a lot of things we do offensively, so they touch the puck a ton. Head coach Spencer Carberry said when asked about the surge in scoring from the defense, we got some good players back, so that helps as well. Chikrin, point in 8 straight games, 4 goals in his last 3. Shot on goal, 5+, which is 50% hit rate over the last 10, is plus 400. I have an assist. He will probably score a goal. If you're scared of that, over 2.5 shots on goal plus a point is the same price. Ovi, double dipping on power plays again. He's plus 220 for a power play point, which is interesting because Kucherov is double dipping, but he's plus 125.
That means Ovi's hot, getting hot.
I know. Hey, losing Hellebuck. I know this is game 4 without him. Attrition will pick up sooner or later, right? You always talk about you have to step up and bring your A game and fill the void when things are tough. But now you're game 4. Let's just say that adrenaline might be gone from Winnipeg, no?
Yeah, it might be. But it's all going to depend on the way the goalie plays, right? If the goalie plays great and is giving them a chance to win, that energy might still be there. If the goalie's having a tough time making saves and next thing you know, you're second guessing every play you make, yeah, it's probably going to run out.
Yeah. Did you got any? I mean, Logan Thompson was on a bad streak and he came back, had a good game. Do you have any love for Winnipeg plus 135? It does seem a tad long, no?
Let me just see.
Winnipeg at Washington plus 135, and St. Louis was plus 125 at New Jersey.
I mean, the thing about Winnipeg is I believe they're a good team. Like, I know Hellebuck's a big part of it, but they still play like a tough system. They still have players that have been together a long time. I mean, look at what Ottawa did. Ottawa was the best plus value money in this last 3 weeks because everyone's like, Brady Tkachuk's out, but they're 1 point out of the division lead right now. So I know they've gotten off to a rocky start with no Hellebuck around, but maybe the road is a place to be to start this.
All right. On the Chikrin wagon there, D points is the way to go. I don't know if Eric Carmer started 4 games in a row in his career. Nashville, Detroit. Oh, Nashville's so bad. They're plus 135. Detroit minus 155. Home favorite, over under sitting at 5.5. Nashville finally scored after getting blanked in back-to-back games in 2 different continents, but lost 8-3 to Florida and 1 regulation win in the last 10 games. This might be the worst team in all of hockey and the one that is talking about trading more than ever. If you're looking for an edge, Nashville power play 2 is still getting the majority of the minutes. You have Luke Evangelista plus 540. You have Wood plus 600. I believe it's Blankenberg on the second unit, but he doesn't have a mark. Finney, Larkin, Raymond back comfort between Kane and DeBrincat. I mean, Detroit. I think Detroit was like plus money to make the playoffs. And they just got bumped out of the top spot in the Atlantic. Are you really expecting Detroit to fall that much?
No.
They'll be competitive?
You heard me when we did our pre-season show with our boy Andy. I think Detroit is a team that's going to make a push for the playoffs this year. Right. Maybe even win the division.
Rangers, Canes are minus 190 home favorites. Jeez, that's a big number. Rangers at plus 160 on the road.
They've been really good road team.
They've been a great road team. JT Miller's. If JT Miller might not be in that locker room too, which I don't think is a terrible thing. He's been out. I'm on the over 6 minus 105. And now that I look at it, I do like the Rangers plus 160 in this spot. Chekhov is out. Freddie Anderson has been absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
He's allowed 3+ goals in 11 of 13 games.
Is he starting or is it Kachekov?
Kachekhov's out.
Oh, so it is him.
Or they've been running 3 goalies. Brandon Bussy.
Running that Bussy. Yes, Brandon Bussy.
Oh, that's
okay. Righty.
Did you call him a righty?
He's a southpaw.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's sub 900 save percentage, but 5-1 straight up. Carolina is 8-1 to the over at home this year. Carolina has given up 3+ goals at home in 8 of 9 games. Carolina first game back from an East Coast road trip that went 2-1-1. Will Cooley, keep an eye out. That's your eye out. JT Miller might be back, but so Cooley would jump up to power play 1. I believe he is on my list of power play point guys at big plus money at plus 640 in this game. Carolina, Tampa Bay. Who do you got as the best team in the East, or maybe a stray play the field here?
Yeah, I'm still buying Carolina as the best team in the East. I mean, I just look at the depth of Tampa, and I can't invest myself into that. I know they've got Vasilevsky. Like, Braden Point's been taken off the top power play. So, like, who are they going to ride? I was actually looking at it this morning. Their lines. Give me one sec. And there was a guy on there that I never even heard of. Dominic James.
What, the second line with Dominic James and Nick Paul and who is it?
Jake Ansel. Yeah.
But they're winning.
Point. I know they're winning. That's why you ask me who I would favor. I'd still take Carolina because I know Tampa's winning. They're winning without Hedman too, but I don't know. I just don't see the depth in that group compared to what I see in Carolina.
No. 100%. That's Carolina team that still rolls 3 lines, almost 4 lines basically. And we get to that Tampa Bay game. Calgary, Tampa Bay. I got nothing on it, but Tampa Bay pretty strong minus 180 home favorite. Calgary's ripped off 3 straight wins and 9 of a possible 12 points in their last 6. But listen to this travel schedule. It seems to be priced in at this number of minus 180, but this could be a very tough spot for Calgary. November 15th at home. Then at Chicago, at Buffalo. So they went to West Coast to East Coast, whatever you want to call West Coast, middle of the more West Coast than East Coast, at Chicago, at Buffalo, then back home on November 22nd. Today's the 26th. Then at Vancouver on the 23rd. Now to Tampa Bay. They're going Vancouver to Tampa Bay. and then they have Florida on Friday. Calgary's got the shit end of the stick on the travel bug the entire year. Does that not sound like an awful schedule?
Yeah, it's tough. But here's the thing. You knew coming into the season that you were going to be dealt with a tough schedule regardless of the travel, just based on the condensed schedule with the Olympic year.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Take what you can get.
So Calgary will stay in Florida for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Would all the families fly out there?
No.
You'd have Thanksgiving with the boys and leave the families at home?
Yeah, I mean, you're on the road. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Grab a hotel.
Your wife calls. How's Florida? Oh, the weather's not even that good, right? Trying to play it off like it's not that terrible. All right, I gotta go. Yeah. That sounds pretty fun. Tampa Bay's ripped off 4 straight wins and might be the best team in the East. That's what I said. Nick Paul, there's your boy. Second line, power play 1. No props out yet. Keep an eye on it. Like I said, Kucherov double dipping on the power plays, but he's plus 125 for a point. If you want to put both the double dipping PP guys, Ovi and Kucherov together for a power play point, that's plus 620. Philly, Florida, whatever. Like, Philly's impossible to figure out. They're plus 145 here. Florida coming off that big 8-3 win versus Nashville. The Cam York group got all the power play time last game. I do lean for a York power play point at plus 600. He has no points market. Florida, top 3 power play time on ice last game. Ekblad, Bennett, Erod, all plus 500 or better. So not a bad spot there. Boston at the Islanders. Nah, who cares? I don't care about this game. Do you care about this game? Boston coming back from the West Coast. That's the only angle I have.
I actually do care about this game now.
All right, so Islanders at minus 160. Maybe Islanders in regulation closer to.
That's too pricey.
That's it, right?
That's too pricey. Man, how good have the Islanders been this year?
Sorokin's on a tear.
Yeah.
938 save percentage, 174 goals against in his last 8 games. And Elias Lindholm.
They just lost one of their top defensemen too in Romanov. That means Schaefer's probably going to play more.
Ooh, maybe not priced in, looking for a point. Elias Lindholm is back. He's playing with Geeky and Kuznetsov. I nailed that one as always.
Nice.
Past the Zaka Blumel.
Nice.
I did just say it quick and no one will notice. Goalie game of the year. Like, stay away from this game for point props. Minnesota, Chicago. If this is Wallstead versus Knight, just stay away.
Yeah. Under 5.5.
It's 5.5. The under I was looking at, it was plus 105. Burakovsky's back. Yurov's still center 1, plus 125 for a point. Here's the Wallstead conversation. Wallstead has now leapfrogged Beckett Seneca as the number 3 betting favorite for the Calder at 30-1. Seneca's still 1 point off the lead for rookie points and is tied for the goal lead with 7, by the way. He's 35-1, still great value. 3 shutouts in his last 4 games, 5 straight wins with 5 goals allowed over those 5 games. Young guys hit a wall, though, right? Like, we've seen it with Jakub Dobish. We've seen it with young goaltenders. It's impossible to maintain elite goaltending as a young goalie, no?
I mean, yeah, optics would say that, but I mean, you don't know. I mean, these young guys could just be riding on full adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
And that adrenaline might not run out. It's crazy. It's such a weird, a weird league, especially when you're talking about younger players, because as older players, you could probably think that's going to run out, but as a young guy, like, I mean, who knows? It depends on, like, does this guy have a family? Does he have, what does he do on his off time? Right?
Here's Josh's trivia question of the year. You get 1 guess. If you don't, you owe me $5,000.
Okay. What if I guess it right? Do you give me 10?
Oh, yeah, we'll figure that after you lose. Who is the only goalie in NHL history to win the Calder and the Vezina in the same season?
Calder and the Vezina, so you have to be a rookie. Calder and was it Carey Price?
I'll give you the year. after I'll add that 5,000 loss. So you owe me 5K. 1969, 1970.
What's the chat saying?
Yeah, no, the chat is also wrong.
I don't know. I have no idea. 1969. I got no idea.
Comes from a hockey family.
What does that mean?
Multiple brothers in the NHL. I believe multiple brothers. Maybe
he was
one.
a goalie?
Yes.
Multiple brothers.
I think one in the NHL. I know one. I don't know if he had any other ones.
No idea, bud.
Tony Esposito.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
All right, 5. You can just email transfer me that.
No problem. I'll PayPal
5K.
you.
I appreciate it. I won't bother you for it, but yeah,
okay.
Anytime you can get that over.
No
Yeah, but Knight versus Wallstead. Not sure if that's going to be the matchup yet, as we'll see with the skate today. But yeah, stay away from props in that game as I navigate back to this ridiculous schedule. Montreal, San Jose, Colorado. Here's a plus 300 dog if that interests you. It doesn't interest me. I might just bail out after the 7 o'clock games. Let's be honest. San Jose plus 300. William Eklund's at top line. Smith has been relegated to power play 2, apparently. Landeskog's on the second line, but power play 1. I don't know. San Jose is going to be competitive in this game, but Colorado's the best team in hockey. It's going to be a tough one. You got anything on Montreal at Utah here? As Montreal are your boys? I mean, Barrett Hayton's still line 1 and power play 1, but this game.
Well, Logan Cooley's catching fire.
Yeah, they ripped that second line, ripped away with a bunch of stuff. No,
is it a Dovish or Montembeault start? I guess that would be.
Well, so what would you prefer if you were backing Montreal?
Well, if Montreal wants to give themselves a better chance to win, you go with the better goalie right now, and the better goalie is Jakub Dovish.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with.
If Montembeault's in net, I would lean heavily on Utah props. I mean, Utah just had a big win the other night. Didn't they win 5-1 against somebody?
Yes. Utah is still a team that I don't think should be in the playoffs.
We have an update from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Zach Werenski is in. Kirill Marchenko and Matthew Olivier are out for Columbus.
Oh, Olivier probably just wants to play the Leafs so bad. Like being a big, strong guy, like playing a soft team. Okay. Olivier's out. Marchenko's out, so that would be Chinnikov jumping up to that top line. I would assume probably no props out yet. Ottawa, Vegas. Oh my goodness, Vegas is still up and down, but we're going Bowman for a point at -110. Top line power play 1 points in 5 of 7 and 4 straight. Nothing crazy there playing on that line with Barbashev and Eichel. I don't know. The only bulletproof team right now is Colorado. No.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just run into question marks.
Yep, I believe that.
Andy Francis says doesn't feel great, but Kent Johnson price with Monahan. Is Kent Johnson power play 1 now? That's a good question. If he is, and that's probably a good look. But just like a billion games, and then off tomorrow, lots of football. We got lots of football content coming out, but keep an eye on it. I will put the plays, as always, down in the comments of the YouTube video. Put them on my X account as well. More stuff coming out today, but yeah, let's not overdo it. I'll also put out some of the best power play points at plus money, at big plus money, plus 400 or better later today. But appreciate everybody there. It's a long board, 30 minutes. I appreciate it. But anything to get you guys in a better mood to bet on a giant board on Wednesday, we will do. Puck props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo. Appreciate it. Shout out to producer Mick as well. We'll see the pumpers there back Friday on another giant slate of NHL games. Lead us out, pal.
Ciao.
Scatman, yo do do do, skimmy dimmy yo do do do, yo do do ba 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 do, ba 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 do, sweet ba 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 ba.
All right, more stuff. Let's go. Come on.
All right, ciao, buddy.
Later, pal.